we're doing a Monte Berico.
A Monte Berico.
So this has Amaro, Nardini,
Yes.
some sweet vermouth.
Ooh, yes. A little bit of sweet vermouth. What is wrong with us?
I like that. 2 dashes of Angostura. Supposed to steer it.
No offense to the Angostura people.
Steer it up.
Cutting and I'm cutting.
Oh no, your finger!
Towards myself.
That looks beautiful.
So much. Or this is called the pith.
Pith. So this is a Monte Berico.
Beautiful. You did a
also
great
known
job.
as a Black Manhattan.
Ooh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's medicinal.
She doesn't like it, guys.
This is pure alcohol.
No,
There's no
it's-
not alcohol. Holy.
It's been a stressful
Less
day.
entirely. It has been a really stressful day.
Let's go sit down and talk about it. Hi, face recognizer Lesley.
Oh, hi, Luke. James Schaefer, face recognizer.
Hi, Lesley Pike. Well, this is
I
our
recognize this
second
face.
of our second solo episodes. This is the
second
third of our second
The second
two.
set. Yeah.
The second set.
No, this is the second of our second two.
The second of the second two.
Also
Correct.
known as the fourth.
You, if you want to be like
If we want
specific.
to be really good at math. I like to make it real complicated if possible.
I think that's good.
So here we are.
We're sitting here having a Monte Berico down in Bermondsey.
We're in Bermondsey.
It's a nice drink.
So I used
Lesley
to.
added stuff to it.
This is my neighborhood when I first moved to London. It was
Yeah.
Bermondsey, when I lived in a church.
The big church.
It lived in
Let's
church
have some
down the
wild
road.
stories about that place.
I mean, there are some wells. Let's save that for another episode.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's not what happened, but
Police came.
it seemed like parties happened a
Someone
lot.
called the police.
Did they come?
Yep.
Cool. What'd they
Anyways,
do?
I just wanted to say police
The sign of the
because
cross?
because remember, like in one of
Police?
our very early episodes, I was talking about that Selena Gomez Benny Blanco song that I was
Yeah,
obsessed
yeah.
with. I still love it.
Oh, okay, because I haven't
But
mentioned
in
it
it, they
since
say
then.
police. She says, someone call the police. And I kind of like it.
I wonder why.
I think it just sounds better in the song than saying police.
But I mean, it is spelled police.
Yeah. But would you
Police.
say police?
Police.
I had to call the police on the weekend. The
Oh, tell me more.
I had to call the police on the
You had to
weekend.
call the police?
Okay, I didn't have to.
The coppers?
I chose to.
Okay, you chose to because you were being
I was being
attacked
assaulted
by
sound.
sound.
I was being assaulted by sound.
What would you call that? Audible.
Yeah.
An auditory
An auditory assault.
assault.
It was an assault on my auditory senses.
Lesley had an auditory assault happen to her on Saturday.
Also known as an AA.
You went to AA on Saturday.
I had, well, I mean, you guys know this, but I had, so this guy next door to me is knocking down his house.
This guy.
And I mean, at the best of times, I'm trying to not be complaining about this, but my God.
I feel like you can talk about it.
I am really angry about this. And
That's why I made you a Monte Berico.
thank you so much. It's purely medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
At the very best of times, like there were times when I was sat on that sofa avec un garçon.
Ah,
Avec un garçon.
avec un garçon.
Un garçon. Un gentleman caller.
And you could hear... How much?
Listen, I don't want to, this is
Not
not the
cheap.
time or place.
Not cheap.
But like,
But you can
who's
hear
the prize
everything.
here? Who's
everything.
the point is, you can hear...
How can I hang out with my gentleman caller if like these walls are so thin?
These walls are very thin.
Thank you.
Anyways, genuinely, you can hear cutlery, you could hear talking, everything. So it turns out if you start doing, some drilling into that wall, and then also some banging and some knocking down of some walls, and just a full-on demolition, it is excruciating. It is...
Both sides are doing banging and all that. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Although the couch,
one side a bit more pleasurable than the other.
Yeah, one's quieter.
One is
maybe.
less of an assault to my auditory senses. Anyways, I'm blushing. So they're not allowed to work on a Saturday after there's certain hours.
Right. I Googled it
at
after
all.
you texted
yeah,
us.
1 p.m. is the cutoff.
That's crazy.
These
A-holes.
dickheads.
Dickheads.
6:30 p.m., which is
gosh.
even longer than the weekday allowed times.
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
was, as you know, out of my effing mind because all week we didn't get anything done that we were supposed to get done because of this. after he had promised not to be working on those days so that I could actually
so
finish
weird.
a project. And just a nightmare. But anyways, where was I going with this except that I called the police?
You called the
Because there's
police.
no one to call. So I called, just so we're not thinking I'm wasting London's resources, I called the non-emergency line. Of
Okay,
the
998. What is it?
It's 101, I think.
101. Mm-hmm. 0.5, the river.
Hilariously, it tells you to then go to their website and you can do a live chat instead of calling them.
Okay.
So I hung up and went to the website and it says live chat not available.
Oh, cool.
So
Helpful.
it's just like, okay, this is good. So then I had to call back again. Anyways, and then they were like, oh, you can call an environmental officer or whatever, which also not
auditory
available on a
officer.
weekend. And so it's just like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here, folks?
It's not
Nothing.
emergency,
The
so
answer
they
is
assume
nothing.
everything shuts down on the
Yeah.
weekend
Yeah.
other than these
Yes, workers.
dickheads.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyways, it was stressful, but I involved the police.
Nice.
And then I got a text message from the police that said, we have logged your emergency and we are on our way. And I'm like, there's no emergency. I didn't even call the emergency line.
Oh my gosh.
I was on hold for a long time. I called the non-emergency peoples. And anyway, so I think their systems might be a little bit
Get it together,
kerfuffle
City
over
of
there.
London.
So
Kentish Town Police Department.
Police. Come on.
Come on, guys.
Anyways, there we go.
That's super annoying, though. I'm really sorry.
It really is crappy.
Yeah.
It's fine. I have to move now immediately, basically. So that's what's happening.
Well, you're gonna figure
Which
that out. I
is just
have
par
full
for the
faith.
course in my
Yeah.
life in London. It's just, what am I doing? I'm moving. Basically,
Yeah.
I'm always moving.
You do it a lot.
I do it a lot. I'm basically
It's
professional.
not your desired.
It's not my
but
favorite
It is what
outcome. Yep. You know what? Sometimes you just got to roll with these things. And
You
here
do.
we are.
You're doing great.
So thank you. Anyways, we have had, since we last did our first and second, and then again, first of the second set.
Correct. Who knows when these are going to come
solo
out?
episodes. A lot has happened, Lou.
A lot. Oh my gosh.
We have had so many fun guests. We went to see Daisy Chute live.
Yes.
In
She was
concert.
awesome. I assumed she would be.
She is so great. We sweated our
Yes.
sweet heinies off.
I'm pretty sure the name of her venue was The Bowels of Hell.
The Bowels of Hell on
Yes.
the hottest day of life,
Yes.
featuring Daisy
And
Chute.
for some, no, Daisy was sweaty too. I was
Yeah.
like, for some reason, she wasn't sweating.
But she had a fan right
She
on
did,
her.
but then it died. That was sad. Sorry,
Not unlike
Daisy.
myself, I was dying on the inside.
I was dying too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I got there and you were already there, and I had a really hard time finding that place because it actually was in the basement of a barber
It was
shop.
super
wasn't
cute
it?
little spot, yeah.
And there was a lovely guy outside who was actually helping, but I didn't even see that was the case. And on the gig map was on a different street, and then the link she posted was on a whole different street. So I did a 2-block radius for a solid 15 minutes.
So you get stressed, you get even sweatier because it's hot
Exactly.
outside.
It's like, where am I
Yeah.
going? What is happening? And then finally, this lovely guy outside the barber shop was like, oh, are you looking for
Yeah.
Yeah, I am, sir. You handsome fellow. And so then I came down.
Was it Moses?
He was, yeah. Who
Moses.
photobombed your picture.
Yeah.
He was very handsome.
He was a sweetheart.
He was lovely. Anyway, so I went down the stairs and you were already in there and you were just like.
I was soaking wet. It looked like I just like,
sweat.
I was just,
And I was
everything.
like, oh, this is going to
not
be a
good.
treat.
I
And
wore
it was
trousers. I was like,
trousers.
I don't really wear
You should have worn a
shorts
bathing
often,
suit,
but
obviously.
It would have been better.
Yeah.
I still would have been
Yeah.
hot. It was hot.
It was
a
so
one.
hot. And then
Daisy sounded great, though.
Daisy sounded so great. And the lovely guy who was doing the little table at the door
Yeah.
I asked him for a piece of paper. And he had like this huge stack of papers, but they all had stuff on it, I think, that he wanted. So he handed me one and was like, can you give it back though when you're done? And I
You're
just
like,
like,
"Oh, okay, I won't bend it
and then
too
I
much."
was just fanning
Yeah.
myself, and he was in front of me and he just turned around and goes, oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Like, you're welcome.
It's hot.
It's so hot. Anyways, so she was wonderful. And I was thinking, so you didn't recognize this song, but she sang a song by the band Travis.
Uh-huh.
Do you not remember them?
No.
Why does it always rain on me? Is it because I lied when I was 17? Why does it always rain on me? Do you not know this?
I've heard
Even
it.
when the sun is
I don't know it.
shining,
You know what I mean?
I can't avoid the light. And oh, where did the blue skies go? I'm singing it like it's a show tune. It's not a show tune. It's a total pop
Kinda like
banger.
the swing to it.
It's
Yeah.
a pop banger. Anyways,
It's a pop banger.
I was thinking about, so when she sang it, she sang Flowers in the Window by Travis.
Okay. I never went and sang along. I remember that.
This flooded me with memories
Okay.
of years ago. Multiple memories. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Where should I begin? So the first is that I went to see Travis opening for Dido
Nice.
at an amphitheater, the amphitheater in Toronto. Da 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 da. The morning rain comes up my window. No, I can't sleep at all. But yeah, anyways, so Travis were fantastic. Like, so good. Dido.
So
I think Travis far exceeded anyone's expectations.
Nice.
They were so good.
That's always nice.
Anyways, and then they were touring again with a band called Remy Zero.
Okay.
Now, Remy Zero, I forgot about them entirely until Daisy's show, and I was thinking about this whole Travis
a lot
thing.
of memories.
I know, but this is a really funny story that ultimately has nothing to do with Travis, but it does kind of. So when I was done university and I had a boyfriend called Simon. Lovely guy.
Okay.
Absolutely lovely guy. And so...
Shout out to Simon.
So shout out to Simon.
Way to be lovely.
The loveliest guy. And we were still pretty early days of dating, like... It was a few months, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe even less. I can't remember, but it was
just a while in uni.
I know. It was after uni. So I was graduating.
Like
so I was like a proper
grown
up. Well, yeah, I think really that could have gone that way. But he went to visit his friends in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Heard of it.
And he left me with his car. Is this how this went? And he had a house, and he was very grown up. Like, he was like ahead of his time, definitely way ahead of me. He was a few years older than me too. So like, he had a house and a car, and I was like, I had roommates, you know. So he left me his car, and my only job was to pick him up at the airport in his car, right?
Okay.
When he got back,
right.
So it turned out that was on the same night as Travis was playing in Toronto with Remy Zero opening for them. Or it was just Remy Zero, but I think it was both.
Okay.
Remy Zero are amazing. Like, they're not anymore. They probably would still be amazing. They're not a band anymore.
Oh, they broke
up. They broke up.
They took
so
a
did me and
hiatus
Simon,
forever.
incidentally. But this was not what caused the breakup. So I got my sister, who lived in Toronto at the time, picked her up and brought her with me to this concert. I'm like, this is a bit cheeky, but I have to drive to Toronto and to pick up Simon at the airport late at night.
Okay.
So I will go to this concert to see Remy Zero, who are opening, I think, for Travis.
This totally makes sense.
Before this, like a baller.
Yeah.
Get my sister.
I got a car.
We're going to go to this concert. I got a car. What am I going to do? I do whatever I want.
Might as well go to a concert.
So I get my sister. We go to this concert. We park in like what I believe, it was an underground parking garage, but I'm pretty sure it was attached to like a grocery store chain. Parking is a bit tricky in Toronto. And I didn't live in Toronto, so I didn't know.
Okay, yeah.
So we parked the car. We walked to the gate from the car.
That sounds like DC, actually. A lot of places underneath.
Probably
grocery.
I can imagine it's very similar.
Yeah.
So we go to the concert. It's amazing. And I was like, okay, we have to leave now because I have to go pick up Simon from his flight. And so we go back to the parking lot and the car is gone. The car was gone, Luke.
What?
This is before the time of cell phones, okay? I don't think...
Did you just like freeze and be like, wait, where did I park?
I was like, but it wasn't like there were no cars anymore. So it wasn't like it was just like, oh, I couldn't find his car. And there were no cars in the parking lot.
Oh, what?
And so I was just like, oh my God, I have to be at the airport in 1 hour or less. His car has been stolen. I don't have a phone. I don't know what to do now. I am freaking out.
That's terrible.
It was horrible.
Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do, especially without a cell phone in that scenario.
And I just had my sister. And so this is...
Wait, did she have a cell phone?
She didn't have a cell phone.
I'm just kidding.
So this is what we did. We literally flagged down some random person, got in a van with them.
Oh.
Like anything could happen. Like we were like, do you have anything? Like help. Can you drop us off somewhere? We got in a van with his dad with his kids who was taking his kids from the car. So I don't know what was happening, but we got in a van with them. Crazy. Like when I look back, I'm like, wait, to my sister's apartment where she had a phone.
Oh, okay.
And so then I think Simon maybe had a cell phone. I can't remember, but like
he was ahead of his time.
He might have been ahead of his time. No, he didn't have a cell phone.
He was not ahead of his time.
None of us were ahead of our time. This is so long ago. So anyways, we went to my sister's apartment, her university apartment. She was still in university.
Okay.
We used her phone to try to call the police to report the car stolen. But do you know how hard it is to report a car stolen that's not your own car? I didn't know the plate number.
Well, I stole it first.
I didn't know anything. Like I was like, I don't know. I don't even know what color. Technically, it's kind of beigey. Like I don't know.
Oh gosh.
I didn't
what kind
even
of
know.
car is it? I don't know.
It was a Nissan Altima. I know that now, but I didn't remember that at the time. And I was like, this is not going well at all. And I'm about to get majorly dumped.
Oh my gosh.
Because I just got my new boyfriend's car stolen.
Wait, but did you ever find it?
Well, so anyways, here's what happened. Luke.
Okay, sorry.
So then my sister and I took a taxi to the airport, which was like $100 or something at the time, which was mental. Neither of us had any money. And we just had to wait for Simon to come out. And he came out. He had bought this huge fake sunflower that was like taller than himself. And he was tall. And he was carrying it out for me. And he was so excited. And I was like,
everything changes in 1 second.
And I was like, I got
How
your
long did you wait?
I got your car stolen. Okay. And he was like, what? And
Wait,
I was
how?
I can't find it because I don't know the details.
Oh my gosh.
It was mental.
That is a wild story.
I know, but do you want to know how it ended?
Yeah.
He called the police because he knew the details because it was his car.
That's helpful.
And so he called the police, and then it turned out it didn't get stolen. It got towed because I parked it in a spot that gets towed after a certain hour of night.
Lesley Pike.
Along with every other, this was a
Young
big,
Lesley
this
Pike.
I think would this story be better if I ended it that it got stolen and just leave it alone there?
No, I think it's funny that you were like, you didn't know.
I had no idea because I didn't park in Toronto. I wasn't in Waterloo where you can park anywhere. It doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. Anyways, and so then we had to get a taxi again to the towing place, and then he had to pay like $350 or something to get his car back.
Do you ever pay him back?
And then we drove home. Well, I'll just wink it. And
then you broke
We
up.
stayed together for quite a long time.
Oh, okay.
He forgave me, and actually, it was a great
Simon.
little
Still
test
seems
because
like a
he
great
handled
guy.
that really, really well.
Yeah, he did.
Like an absolute gracious legend.
Good for him.
So,
Wow.
Thanks, Simon.
Yeah.
That was my Travis / Remy
He
Zero
must have really
story.
liked you though.
I think he really
because
liked me a lot.
Then
I proceeded.
that would be
yeah.
something.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
And then you proceeded. You don't have to talk about
it
that
didn't.
part.
In the end, right guy
Wasn't. Oh,
wrong
okay.
time.
I got you.
I was too young. I was just a baby.
That happens. That's happened to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I never,
that's-
not the stealing of the car part or the
Yeah.
towing of the car part, but
We can stick with stealing. It's fine.
the figuring it out with
better.
relationships part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a rite of passage at some point, isn't it?
really
It was in my
is,
early
yeah.
20s. All of that came back to me from Daisy Chute's
Isn't it crazy how our brains
song.
work?
Music is crazy though, genuinely,
Yeah.
because it really triggers a lot of memories. I think music
really does.
Yeah.
Trying to
Do you ever
of
think
it.
about like how songs that you've written impact other people, or do you not really think about it?
I've had moments where I've thought about that, but like I don't have specific. I've gotten like comments on videos or something like that where like this song saved me during a certain time. Like that's really
Right.
cool.
That's
but then
amazing.
like I try and save those as screenshots.
Yeah.
But I don't every time.
Yeah.
And I kind of forget about them. I actually have a folder in my phone. I should check. Not right now. But that's kind of like, it's nice when you hear that, but then you kind of just forget about it because you're just like in the grind kind of a thing, and you just write a bunch of songs, and
Yeah.
if they mean anything to anybody, cool. But if they don't,
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I just was thinking when I was on the tube on my way here.
Tube.
Thinking about songs that for me are really impactful, and just thinking like, how weird is it that we do this thing also that for other people maybe provides the same
be.
thing. And I have had people, I've not had any like, oh, this song saved my life or anything, but I have had people who've told me that they've used music of my, like for their wedding
Oh,
song or for
sweet.
stuff like that, which is kind of funny to me because I'm like, my songs are all pretty on the sad side. But anyways, there's a
Some
few
people
in there.
just listen to melody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe don't listen to those lyrics. Just enjoy this beautiful melody. And
Wait,
then I've
can I
had
tell
some.
a funny? Sorry, when you're done, I have a funny
Yes.
story about melody and lyrics.
No, that's it. That's the gist of it. Is like it's just funny. I never really think about that. Like how
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons, if not one of the main reasons, that we do this, because music has been so impactful on us.
It's true, yeah.
And I never think about like if other people think about our music like that.
That's a really good thing to try and remember, because a lot of times
It
you're
matters for
like,
people.
oh, what am
Yeah.
I doing? Oh, blah.
Yeah.
We talk about this almost every episode, but it's
Yeah.
like trying to figure out how to make a living at it and be
Yeah.
a musician and do all this stuff is draining. It's tiring. It's not overly rewarding,
Yeah.
especially monetarily in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So having those things, like you might be making an impact that you don't know about.
Yeah.
So all you musicians out there.
I think having meaning counts for a lot.
Yeah.
When it comes to like how you value overall things, like I would much rather have a job like this where you can't, it has some personal meaning to
Yeah.
people.
There's
than
a purpose.
working the grind, like
Doing the grind is like, it doesn't have to be music, it's everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for some people, like, so my wife, Sammy,
yeah,
bring her up because she's the bomb. But
yeah,
she has said this before. She's like, I don't really have like a quote unquote passion.
yes,
So like, I'm sort of jealous that you are able to pursue that. And I'm like, well, I'm sort of jealous that you don't have one.
Totally, I agree.
As someone who does have one.
Yeah.
Because I feel like maybe, I don't know, there's parts of it where you just like, again, it's going back to financial, but like it would be a more stable career. It would be a more stable life in a lot of ways. You're not constantly, you can hustle if you want, but you don't have to hustle in order to just make a living.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's funny how having a passion is amazing. And like, I wouldn't trade it, but there's sometimes I'm like, it would be kind of nice to not have this thing inside
just
me.
do
I
my
can't
job
help but go for.
Yeah. And also you need to listen to music when you do some jobs. And so it all works together. But I like the idea. I mean, I do find the idea of being able to just do a job that you can do it and it's not it's not your whole identity. It's not it's just the thing that you do and then you put it away and then you live your life. That's also kind of nice.
I feel like that would be kind of nice because you could like compartmentalize working and play.
Yes.
Because right now, like our play is what turned into our career sort of.
Yeah.
And so it's like never really a day off.
Yeah.
And even though you're having days off and you can like relax and not focus on it, it's still in the back of your mind. Yeah. And like you might get that with all other jobs and stuff, but like there is a separation you don't really get when you're a creative.
Yeah.
Which is stressing me out right now thinking about a little bit.
Is it?
It's nonstop.
Yeah.
Like, gosh.
Yeah.
So I was mentioning melody and lyrics earlier. We kind of went over it and then we went on a tangent as we do. And I have a funny story right when I met Sammy, actually, working at an Italian restaurant. Mm-hmm. The manager knew I did music, and worked at the restaurant and did music when I could. And he wanted me to go hey, we go sing a song to my wife at her office, who worked at a dentist office, for her birthday. Just go sing a song live. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm like, what song do you want me to play? I'm really bad, just acoustic showing up without telling anybody and hey, I'm just going to sing in your office right now.
I'm a singing telegram.
He let them know, but I was very uncomfortable. But it was funny. He said, I don't know. I was like, what song do you want me to play? And he said, I don't know, whatever song you want. Do that one you just posted on YouTube. And I had just posted The Cave by Mumford & Sons.
Okay.
And the first line of that song is, it's empty in the valley of your heart. And I'm like, bro, I don't know if that's the right song for a birthday.
The tone you want to...
Yeah, I ended up doing Goo Goo Dolls or something. I was like, it would end up being fine, but it's just funny how some people don't listen to lyrics at all. They just focus on the melody. Oh. Or I don't care what it is. I just like this idea of you singing to her. I don't care what it is kind of a thing.
Right.
It was a nice thought. They are currently divorced. So he continued to not care what the words meant.
Exactly. That was an investment. You can tell me what you think about this, because I do have a bit of a theory this is a bit gendered, but I tend to think that men don't listen to lyrics as much as women.
I feel like I could see that. Partially based on Taylor Swift's popularity alone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. True.
Because the majority of her fans are women, I would assume.
Yeah.
Female. But where'd you get this theory from?
Just from asking around to actual male and female humans. A couple of years ago, I remember actually thinking about this genuinely and just being like, I'm such a lyrics person.
Same.
But I have and you're a guy.
Yeah.
See?
But I mean, it's songwriting guy, so I feel like
you
that changes.
This differently. Yeah. I feel like
they make a difference. A melody's going to grab someone, but a lyrics are going to keep them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
especially for a second listen or a third listen. If the lyrics mean nothing, I doubt you're going to get that as much.
Yeah.
You'll still get it sometimes. For people who don't care.
Yeah. But have you ever had where you're just singing along top of your voice, but you don't really realize what you're saying because you're just so used to singing along to whatever song, and then all of a sudden I find this especially with songs from when I was younger, and then I'll be singing them and be like, wait a minute, what am I saying?
What were the words of this? Google really quick.
Yeah. Even what Ben was saying when we had Ben on it, when he was singing Michael Jackson and stuff.
Yeah. Gotta be starting something.
Yeah, that's what it was.
He's like, what do I gotta start?
What do I gotta start? I often just sing along to songs that you just kind of intuitively know from your youth or whatever, not thinking at all about what I'm actually saying.
Yeah, I don't remember any other lines from that song specifically, right? Other than
it does feel like a lot of pressure when you really. It
does. I never thought of it that way.
Why so bossy, Michael?
Seriously.
Why do I gotta do this?
Ben Keenan, by the way.
Ben Keenan.
Wow. That was a wild edit. What a fun guy.
Do we want to talk about how that night ended or not really on this public forum?
Why not?
I mean,
It's up to you. I mean,
I have been going through some stuff, and then I drank some tequila.
Ben's drink was a spicy margarita.
We had such a long chat that there were multiple margaritas consumed during that time.
There were.
And I had not probably eaten properly and also was just feeling a lot of feelings. And I wound up, where did I wind up, Luke?
I would just say the floor.
On the floor.
Yeah. A few different areas of the floor. The bathroom floor, the kitchen floor.
Was it on the kitchen floor? Oh, I did end up on the kitchen floor for a minute, didn't I?
I'm just like,
yeah, it's kind of funny. I was on the floor, moaning, kind of like definitely having a bit of a breakdown.
It was sounded like you were a little annoyed a little bit.
I couldn't make it stop.
Right.
I was so annoyed that I couldn't make it stop. I was trying to I don't know what I was trying to do. Maybe I wanted to throw up, but I couldn't throw up.
Yep.
And I was just like, oh, and then I just started crying, obviously, as you do.
I mean, I've done that.
Because why wouldn't you when you're, I mean, all the emotions were right here, here. And then it's like I drank some tequila and out they came.
Tequila filled you to the top of emotions.
There's a bit of an overflow happening there. And then I was on the floor like, what?
No.
And that felt like something.
I mean, we got a rule out of that night, though.
We did get a rule out of it.
We got a rule of
one drink per show.
One drink per show.
And
we'll see if we stick to it.
You were a good friend because you did make sure that I didn't die.
Yeah, I was more worried if you ended up doing it in the bathroom and then you were on your back or something. But you weren't passed out, so it wasn't that bad. You were just feeling kind of gross.
Yeah, I was feeling really gross. And this
I was
is
like,
the thing
Lesley,
with
just
me.
go to bed. Just go to bed.
This is why I don't do drugs, and I have never really. I don't like feeling out of I want to be able to
out of control.
Stop whatever is happening. Like I'm just like no, and even I'm not that big of a drinker. Like I just, especially in I skipped all the formative year drinking. This is why this impacts me now. I have 3 shots of three tequila drinks.
It was a lot. Those weren't little
floor.
cocktails either. We finished that whole bottle of tequila.
Yeah.
But also
Tequila Mockingbird.
What am I like?
What am I like?
Sorry, that was really funny.
Yeah, he was great fun. So that happened. And then thankfully, though, not long after that, Daisy Chute came over and bathed and blessed my feet.
Yes.
Which she thought might help.
It sounded like you said Daisy came over and bathed.
Daisy came over and I mean, I do love a bath. But I'm not quite at that stage with
you and Daisy are close,
Daisy,
but not that close.
Not anyone really in the bath at the moment.
She was great.
She was so great, but she did bathe my feet because she knew I was struggling a bit with my hangover.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah, and then she blessed
we record
the
these in batches, people. Just so you know.
No, we didn't. Well, yes, but we.
No, but you were a trooper.
We did the day after. I was like, I'm in it to win it.
And you did 2 the next day.
I can do this.
And I was like, I don't know if she's gonna make it.
You were like,
she did. She made it.
You're a professional.
Well done.
So that was intense. All that stuff.
That was great, though. Daisy was awesome.
Yeah.
Ben was awesome.
Yeah.
We had Daniel Scott on too.
Daniel Scott was really interesting, wasn't he?
Yeah. He had a lot of info, super specific.
Super specific.
Yeah.
So he was talking too about piano, wasn't he? And so he studied, and he was talking about the classical grades that you do in the Royal Conservatory of Music, which is the same way that I learned. I learned through the Royal Conservatory of Music.
Oh, right.
Even in Canada, because we're in the Commonwealth.
That makes sense, yeah.
I think he did the equivalent of like his whole thing. Usually you would take a year per grade is kind of the thing.
That makes sense.
I did mine super fast as well because
How fast?
Okay, so one of them, so piano I did slower, like a normal person. And then what happened in my case was that I found out that if I got my grade 9, I think voice, I learned that you could get a whole high school credit if you got your grade 9 conservatory level.
Yeah.
So I was getting the one for my piano already, and then I got the one for my voice in like 2 years as well. So kind of same as what he did, but I just whipped through. But already because I was basically in the music world system, whatever. So I just had to like quickly do a lot of
I don't
exams.
want to like downplay your voice thing, but I feel like doing saxophone in 2 years would be a little more difficult.
Absolutely, so much harder.
I mean, you did amazing. Don't take that away from you. I'm not doing that.
All I did was sing. But like learning saxophone, like start to finish.
Yeah, in 2 years.
To grade 8, whatever.
Yeah, grade 8.
And then I was only motivated by credit, but I got to graduate a whole year early from high school because of that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why I did it. And then I went to
that makes sense.
like that guidance counselor was like, you can leave now if you want. And I'm like, say what now?
What, right now?
I skip a whole grade? All right then.
That's
So I
amazing.
did. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But
That's
anyways,
crazy.
it's very impressive that he did that. And also because I played saxophone in high school band. It's very hard. So well done, Daniel
It is hard.
Scott.
Way to woodwind it, bro.
Yeah, way to woodwind it.
Way to woodwind
Way
it.
to whip through that woodwinding course.
Speaking of, I mentioned Carmina Burana.
Carmina Burana.
I always forget how to say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, ha, 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 ha.
We're doing notes here now, aren't we? We're doing feedback
like, I
notes.
wrote down some things so we didn't, like, if people were listening to more than one episode.
Yes, which surely they are.
I mentioned, I mentioned there
Shirley's
might.
definitely listening.
Surely.
I love Shirley.
Shirley Burano.
Yeah.
Was she was great in that show.
She's our friend.
There are no saxophones in.
No saxophones in Carmina Burana.
Thank you. Carmina Burana.
We did Carmina Burana in university also. So like this is why I'm much more familiar with that term than you are.
I see. Yeah.
It
yeah.
was scandalous.
I learned about it
Scandalous.
when you texted me about it
Yeah.
and said, "Do you want to go to the show?"
So I saw Ivor today on my way here.
Ivor was the conductor
Ivor
of
was conducting Carmina Burana,
Carmina
and
Burana.
he's my neighbor.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I feel like we should get him on the show.
Ivor, whenever you
Ivor?
want to join,
I'm gonna hit you up.
hit him up.
Hit him up. Okay.
Also,
Yeah, so
there was
no
something.
saxophones.
Yeah, no saxophones.
No Daniel Scott in Carmina Burana.
No Shirley Burana. I'm noticing some of our guests are a bit younger, and Daniel Scott said he never. We asked him what was his first album he ever bought,
Right.
and he was like, "I bought what was it? He bought like a single."
Yes.
Because he'd never bought an album.
Right.
Which is like just a younger generation thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I bought plenty of albums in my day, but I didn't start buying singles until later. But I remember buying albums in my teens, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't know that Daniel ever bought an album.
Well, and so here's the other question is like, are people, when they say that, like if he's in his mid-20s, does he mean he bought the album on like Apple, on like
Or he just
iTunes or something,
downloaded
or he
it. Or,
downloaded
like,
it?
yeah, downloaded
or
it
is
to
there
listen.
actually a physical?
True.
We're gonna have to get some clarity from guests going forward.
Yeah.
Depending on their
We'll ask their
age,
of
date
like
of birth.
5-year age range, so that we
Yeah.
can 10-year age range, whatever, so that we can figure out if they would have bought albums, or we can say maybe the first band you became obsessed with, or
right.
something like that.
What have you done with all your CDs?
I used like my Luke James Schaefer
Not
CDs.
all the CDs you bought of other artists.
I am.
Did you take them to
I'm
Beat
pretty
Goes
sure
On?
they ended up going into the garbage.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, because we bought cars that never had CD players anymore.
Right.
I was
And
using like the disc
Laptops don't have a
with the
thing
tape
anymore.
player for a long time.
Yeah. Oh my
You remember that Discman with the
gosh.
tape player that had a cable? I don't know what it's called. It was like some sort of adapter.
No. Oh, into the car.
Yeah, it was like
so you could put
there was a tape player in my car. It's a super old car.
Yeah.
The tape player
Where
went
you
in
put
with
the
a
CD
cord.
and the Discman.
Yeah, exactly.
And it sits on the
I used
seat
that
next
for
to you.
years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
that's
good.
so
Once I got a
funny.
CD player, I'm like,
It's so
fancy.
fancy.
And then I got Bluetooth. I'm like, what is happening?
What is life?
It's crazy.
What else?
Music has changed.
Music has really changed. Wait, can I just say, because at the start of this, when I said the pith, this orange stuff, white
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
It is the pith, guys. I looked it up on the Google.
It's called Pith.
It's called pith, but I called it something else on a different show.
Oh, I remember you talking about it, but I don't remember what you called it.
I don't remember what I called it either, but it also started with a P, but it wasn't the pith. Oh boy. Okay, well that's good
really
to know.
important.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got Pith out of the way.
And speaking of like ages and
Pith?
stuff like that,
Oh,
and
okay.
albums, and my dad, who we weren't talking about at all, but now
You
we
brought
are.
him up
He has-
earlier, yeah.
Well, he has a lot of albums, like
Okay.
a lot of
Like
records.
CDs?
Vinyl.
Vinyl, that's cool.
Shelves and shelves and shelves
That's
of vinyl.
cool.
Very cool. But another thing that I was thinking about this, so I tend to send a fair bit of snail mail,
Oh.
which is like mail that goes into the actual post,
I've heard of it.
and then it goes over the sea into some people's.
Depending on where you send it.
Depending where you send it,
Yeah.
it may go not over the sea
assuming you send
if
it
you're
to
just sending
Canada.
but mostly I send things to Canada
Yeah.
or to various friends wherever. I love a good snail mail,
Same.
especially a good card. And sometimes, well, mostly, like I like it just because kind of, I tend to be that way more than like a
A reason.
event specific person.
Yeah,
I'll just,
yeah.
if I see something that reminds me, anyways, whatever, it doesn't matter.
No, we do the same thing, Sam and I.
I
Send
yeah.
postcards to our nieces and nephews.
Yes.
But usually every little like holiday we take.
Right, when you're away.
It's also like an activity.
You're in a cool place, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't sent any from London because it's like where we live. So it's
Right.
like we went to France last weekend.
Yes.
We sent them from there.
That's so cute.
But it's like you buy a couple postcards, you get to interact with the locals. You have to go to a post office a lot
Yeah.
of times to get post stamps.
Yeah.
And my French is awful, so it was really hard.
Yeah.
But they are very friendly and
Yeah.
kind and little.
Little. Yeah.
They're a little friendly.
They're a little friendly.
But anyway, it's
Yeah.
like a fun interaction, and it's like a time where you like sit at a cafe and we like write postcards, and we go
Even
back
just
and forth.
writing, right? Like penmanship, like just actually writing things down is so unusual now.
Crazy
Yeah.
how fast my hand starts hurting.
Yes.
Compared to
How
when I
did
was a
I
kid
do
when I
this
had to
in
write like
university?
yes, exactly.
I wrote essays like this.
No one does it
Yeah.
anymore. It's wild.
This is like a nostalgic podcast now. But anyways, so I had sent a card to my dad because it was Father's Day and his birthday. So it was like an event specific cards.
Sure,
anyways, obviously. But you can't not, I mean, it's his birthday and it's Father's
I mean,
Day.
it's also
You gotta
nice
do
to
it.
get snail mail on
But it's a really
birthdays.
funny card.
Okay.
And so then I was
Okay.
in one of my rooms in my house putting up the blinds. This is of no consequence, except that if you can picture this, I have my arms up like this and I feel my phone vibrating, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so it's my dad on FaceTime. And so I was like, oh, hey, Dad, how's it going? I'm thinking he's calling to say thanks so much
Thanks
for the
for the
card.
mail. Yeah, yeah.
Because he got the card. And he didn't. He just randomly started talking and he was just like, so, okay, well, I mean, it's lovely over here. What's the weather like over there? You know, like all the usual
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
And then all the catching up. And I was like, how's this? How's that? What? And we're talking and we're talking.
You're
and
like,
we're talking.
"Wow, have you not got the
And
letter?"
we're talking. And I'm waiting for him to get to the part where he says, oh, Les, I got your lovely card.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whatever. Nothing. And then all of a sudden he just goes, okay, well, thanks for calling. And I was like,
You call me.
I didn't. And I was like, Dad, did I call you? And he was like, oh, I would have thought so. And I was like, I don't know if I did. And then I was like, I think you called me, but like, I don't know, actually. I
How
said,
long did you talk for?
It's maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
And it's so funny talking to my dad, like if my mom's not around, because usually I talk to both of them, but my mom was out.
Yeah.
And so he was, he's telling me,
It's always a different conversation
Your mom's
with
gone to the
mom
blah,
or
blah,
dad.
blah, and then I'll pass on all your
Yeah.
notes and, all this. So sweet. And then he's like, okay, well, thanks for that. And I was like, I don't know if I called you, whatever. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm thinking he called, and I was like, did I call him? I don't really know. And then I was just like, oh, Dad, I don't know, like whatever.
It's fine.
And it's totally fine. It's lovely to talk to you either
Yeah.
way. And then he goes, okay, well, bye. Also, you need to hang up because I don't know how.
I get that all the time.
And I was like, all right then. So I hang up. And then I did go back and check. He did call me. I think probably from his pocket because I had called him on his birthday, which was like right before that.
Oh, okay.
And so I think I was probably his last call. And he just somehow hit the thing again or whatever.
Hello? Yeah.
Oh, we're talking now. Anyways, I still don't know if he's got the card. But the thing is that...
It takes so long.
Well, I don't know if it's that or if it's that, like in my town where they live, they don't get their mail to their house. They get it to a post box. Like the whole town gets it to the town.
They just haven't
post
picked it up
office.
because mail's not.
So
a
why
thing.
would they go? Like they don't
Yeah.
never go. So it maybe just they don't even know.
I always liked post office, like post box.
Yeah.
I always thought they were cool.
Doesn't sound
those-
like I want
those
one.
little metal. I
Yeah.
always wanted one.
Yeah, they seem like a thing from movies, kind of.
They
like,
do.
Check the box. Secret things.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that is so funny and sweet that my dad does is that he, for the longest time, would put LOL at the end of everything, and I was like, "Why is he so funny? Why does he?" I never say LOL, so
I feel like I know what this is.
I find, and I was always like LOL is actually one of my pet peeves, probably ultimately. Like,
Oh, sorry. I do it all the time.
do you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even notice, but
Okay.
I never will say LOL to anybody.
All right.
And
LOL.
I will actually type like, "Oh my God, I'm laughing out loud," if I'm actually like laughing out loud. Anyways, my dad thought it meant lots of love, which we discovered
I
after about
assume-
3
yeah.
years of him putting LOL at the end of everything. So cute.
Uh,
Oh, dads.
He's like, well, sorry about monkey. LOL.
LOL.
Sorry, that was a little dark.
Yeah,
but that's where I assumed it would happen at some point.
He's like wrapping me in laughter.
Oh, lots of laughter.
Anyways, so that's all.
All right, so Lesley,
Yep. Luke.
thank you.
Do you know what I like as a side note about this podcast? It's like when you send emails and it's like Songs and Spirits, it's like S&S, and ours, it's also like L&L.
L&L.
L&L, S&S.
Anyway, so I played my very first open mic night
Oh my.
here in London. High five. A little clammy, sorry. And It was fun. It's like a local spot really close to us. The OJ, the Old Justice. And I signed up a couple days before, and I was like, oh, this will be fun.
So ambitious.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to practice. So I got my looper pedal out because like I always play with my looper. It's kind of a crutch.
Didn't we call it your Luke pedal?
My Luke pedal.
Yeah.
My Luke station. And I went over 2 songs like a lot. I had went over 7 songs like trying
of
to
your
pick
own songs or cover songs?
cover songs for the loops.
Yeah.
And then I did an acoustic version of one of my songs called Oh Honey. But
I know that song.
it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
And only because I had played it recently, I felt safe to do it. So I practiced doing over a Bittersweet Symphony, which is a cool loop if I can loop. And then was going to do Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, which is also a
really
cool acoustic loop cover.
The Weeknd has the most plays on Spotify of all the people in the world.
I didn't know that.
Even more than Taylor Swift.
I thought she was the new winner.
Fun fact. Go on.
Oh, way to go, The Weeknd.
Way to go, The Weeknd.
I don't know his real name.
The Weeknd. He's from Toronto.
Oh.
Yeah. I forget his
Another
real name.
successful Canadian.
His name right now, but okay, keep going.
Well, I got there, right, and I'm doing the open mic, and I signed up again. I'm going to play again next week or this week or whatever. And I had a good time, but it was kind of a learning process. So I get there and I'm like the 4th person to go out of 14. It was
Oh
a
my
lot of people
gosh,
signed
that's
up.
a lot of
yeah, it was
people.
packed. It was great. It was
it going
a lovely
until
crowd.
tomorrow?
No, it was really. See, there's the thing. The sound guy was turning and burning.
Okay.
He was once he signed up, they started right away. They did 10-ish minute set, everybody. And then he basically had a 30-second window to change over. And I'm not joking. That was... And I'm watching it happen as I'm holding my looper, and I'm like, oh crap.
Jeez.
There's no way.
This is a lot of setup.
And so I end up getting my turn, and I'm like, I gotta set this, I gotta plug this in, I gotta do this. And I'm like, okay. And then I get everything plugged in. It takes a little longer than most people. And then the second he turns it up, because he's going through the house speakers, the whole house goes, ah!
No.
It's so bad. And I'm like, oh, and I'm like, ooh, that's a little loud. And he's like, oh, you think? Oh. It was so bad. So I ended up not using the looper for anything.
Yeah.
And just singing through my mic and my looper because I didn't want to unplug and start over.
Right.
So it's ended up being fine. And that's why I've signed up again to kind of try and redeem
yourself.
Redeem myself from that first effort. So I'm just going to do some acoustic covers and one more original.
So what songs so you sang Oh Honey? Did you end up singing Bittersweet Symphony?
I did because I started with it, but then this is loop nerdiness, but I have a mic mute.
Yes.
That works really well for muting my mic.
I mean, that might be why it's called that.
And it helps with feedback. So if I would have had that, it still might have been an issue in the long run because it just wasn't set up for looping at all. But I did a one easy chord progression and it just didn't sound very good and I couldn't hear it super great. So I ended up being off tempo at some point. So I just stopped it and kept going.
Right.
And then for the last one I did Budapest by George Ezra, but only because I did a boom chuck thing.
Right.
And I let that go and I could actually hear that. So, but it was not really needed, the loop station at all.
Right.
So that's why I'm doing acoustic next time.
Oh, that's
but
okay.
It was
So you're not even
It was my first guitar gig in London. Quote unquote gig.
Isn't that amazing?
And I've been here over 3 years.
That's wild to me.
I know.
Yeah.
I played some gigs in Europe since we moved here, but first gig and ended up being a 7 or 8 minute walk for me, which is really nice.
Amazing.
I mean, I kind of planned that out. I didn't want to make it difficult.
That's why you went there.
Yeah. It's open
At some point, we'll do some shows in London.
Yes. I would love to.
That's going to be great.
Some duets.
Or
two-person bills.
Yeah.
Either or. And then we'll duet as we two-person bill.
Have a 3 or 4 person
20-person bill.
We'll have 2 to 14 people.
2 to 14.
But we know I like to go to bed early, so it won't be 14.
Yes, it won't.
It'll be 3 or less.
I just said yes, it won't.
Yes,
it sounded
won't.
weird. Yes, it won't.
It won't. Well, because you were affirming what I said.
Affirming and it won't.
Which is negative but positive.
This just seems like no, it won't.
Yeah. Yes. No.
Yes.
Yes, it won't.
Okay.
So weird. On that note.
Thanks
for that story. Yeah, congrats on your first London gig.
Thank you so much. How do you feel about a Monte Berico?
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's nice.
I would give this an 8.2.
See, bourbon's
very
my
medicinal.
thing. Yeah, it is medicinal, but
I added
that's the Nardini.
Should I tell the people? I added some sparkling water to it.
She had a little soda water.
Water down a little bit because
all right.
It's early. The day is young.
The day is young. I love bourbon, so these are like more my favorite. This is more my speed.
It's grown on me as it sat, like as it kind of like settles into.
It's got a nice flavor. I'd give it like a 9.3. But I really like bourbon, so like that's my drink.
Right.
So anyway, thanks so much for listening, people, and thanks Lesley for coming to Bourbon Day.
What do we need to say? We're supposed to say. It was my pleasure. Was it? It was a great pleasure. I love the Northern Line. It's so quiet and cool.
It's so quiet and calm.
It's so calm and quiet and cool. Anyone who's taken the Northern Line, or if you saw what was going around on the internet about Bon Iver was talking about the Northern Line, he's like incorporated apparently that noise.
Oh wow!
Into one of his tracks, like he recorded it on his phone. It's so bad.
I don't know how that would sound good at all.
Yeah, well,
but good for him.
Maybe
my dad was here when he visited with my parents visited, and he said it sounds like demons.
Like demons. We talked about this before. Like, just get some WD-40 and slap it on there. Like, why is it so hard?
Would the train slip off? I don't understand.
I'll do it.
I don't.
But
it's too hot. I'm not going down there.
And it's very hot on the tube as well. So it was a real joy coming over here, and it made me appreciate that you often, mostly, always come to mine.
No worries.
And here we are. So, okay, folks. Okay, folks. Is that so Canadian?
Folks.
Okay, folks. If you could then go right on ahead there and download these podcasts.
Download and like it.
Just download the podcast. I don't know. I'm all over the map. I'm in Boston and I'm in Fargo all at once. It's very confusing. Yeah. Oh, hey there, folks. If you could please tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Listen to our podcast.
Check it out.
Save it and download it. We'll love you. I mean, we love you anyways, but we love you even more.
Yeah, we would appreciate it.
We would appreciate it so much.
We appreciate those who had listened
We're just
already.
figuring this out.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Cheers.
Cheers, Lesley.
We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Like in a week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.